What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to talk about and be the owner of some real deal money, aka some real deal silver and gold. Speaking of the silver and the gold, I have bad news, but I also have good news. The bad news is the silver and the gold will not save you during an SHTF emergency long-term situation. The good news is I'm going to share 5 items that will. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 super quick things as we fully dive into the video. Number 1, if you haven't already, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, make sure to try yourself some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to be, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really simple for a new investor to start investing because of how easy it is to learn about the market and navigate on their app. Webull link in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, airtight tubes and capsules, anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on. Any and all stacking supplies, any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Okay, so. Alright, so. In today's video, I want to talk about the silver and the gold. I want to talk about the purpose of stacking silver and gold, coins, rounds, and bars. The reason I am involved in precious metals, the reason why many of us are involved in precious metals, and some of the many pros that come along with silver and the gold, the benefits that come with stacking the precious metals. I personally started stacking initially because a childhood friend of mine, someone I grew up with, we reconnected sometime after high school, and he introduced this silver stacking concept to me, and at first it didn't really make sense. I mean, it did, but it didn't. And then after a little while, and then after doing a little bit of research on my own and reading through the articles, looking at the charts, watching the video, listening to the audios, and just familiarizing myself with this whole precious metal world, it actually started to click. And one of the key reasons I got involved in the first place was because I recognized that silver and gold, mostly gold, is a superior way of saving money. Strictly saving money, aka saving value, storing value, preserving wealth and purchasing power, and hedging against inflation long term. That's why I viewed it as a form of financial preparation, and I was already prepping. I'd been prepping since Hurricane Sandy 10, 15 years ago, however long it's been. I've been prepping since then. Now, what happened to me during Hurricane Sandy wasn't anything overly disastrous, but we got hit fairly hard, and I know my area of New Jersey didn't have power for a week and a half, went to work, half the lights were out, the ATMs weren't working, you go to the store, the cash registers, it was all cash only, no electronic payments. And I remember how inconvenient everything was, and I remember how much of a pain in the neck everything was. And ever since then, that was kind of like the eye-opener for me. I was like, hey, you know what? Next time that there's a hurricane or a bad storm, or even if the power goes out for a couple hours, let me get the things that I'm going to need just to be prepared. It's better to have something and not need it than to need something and not have it. So when I started learning about this silver and gold stacking concept, that's kind of the approach I took. That's kind of what my stance was. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? It's better to have gold coins. It's better to have silver bars and not need them than to need the gold coins than to need the silver bars and not have them. So the reason I stack the silver and the gold is to store value and hedge against inflation long term. I do believe that the precious metals will continue to be a slow burn. I do believe that there are other asset classes that will outperform the silver and the gold, as they have for years and years and years, decades on end. I do believe that. But I see silver and gold as more of a safe haven away from the dollar bill. I know that the dollar bill will continue to devalue over time. I do know that the average rate of inflation, 2.5%, means that the dollar bill, or what's left of it, will continue to lose, on average, 2.5% every year. It's already lost like 90% of the purchasing power it once had. So now we're down to 10% or less, while continue to decline. While silver and gold, on the other hand, can be a way of hedging against that. So that's the reason I stack silver and gold. And also, not for nothing, let me just quickly put this out there. The coins, the rounds, the bars, it is a hobby of mine. That's what really keeps me going. I enjoy the coins, I enjoy the rounds, I enjoy the bars. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. I like that it's a tight-knit community. I like that it's kind of like almost like an underground hobby. Not a whole lot of people are familiar with it. And it's like banking on my own terms, banking my way, and it's cool. You can learn a lot about history from older coins. I mean, I have 1883s. You learn a lot about different parts of the world, different cultures, from coins from all over the place. It's fun. It's a hobby of mine. That's why I'm interested. And the biggest pro, the biggest plus side, the biggest benefit on top of the fact that I'm doing something that I enjoy is the fact that it's one of the only hobbies I can think of that keep money in your pocket rather than money just going straight out the window. So yes, many of us are stacking because we enjoy it. It's fun. It's a community thing. Many of us are also stacking because it's potentially a more intelligent way of saving money long term and hedging against inflation, inevitable inflation. But during a full-blown SHTF, stuff hitting the fan, emergency situation, I'm talking a long-term, massive, major situation. I'm talking about something much bigger than a little hurricane. I'm talking about something much more severe than a week without power. I'm talking about something big. I'm talking about something disastrous. I'm talking about a full-blown state of emergency, and think like sky is falling type of emergency, like end of whatever. Silver and gold will not save you. Silver and gold could help you, but it's not the end all be all. In fact, you want to be preparing yourself now. You want to be preparing yourself in general for situations to occur. And I'm not just talking about some like doomsday prepping, crazy paranoid type of stuff. I'm talking about sensible prepping. You want to be prepared for the smaller stuff. You got to determine where you live, what are the most likely type of things to happen. Like here in New Jersey, I probably don't have a whole lot of tornadoes to worry about. Out in, I don't know, Florida, you might not have to worry too much about massive winter blizzards. So it's geographical to a certain extent. Figure out what something is that you're most likely going to face, something that you're most likely going to have to deal with, and start prepping for it. So the silver and the gold during a full-blown emergency, something that we all have to remember and acknowledge. We can't just be, blissfully ignorant and say, oh yeah, when the sky falls down, when doomsday is here, when it's the end of the world, we're all automatically going to be using silver and gold for everything. And no. Think about how many people understand the concept of stacking present day. Virtually nobody. A fraction of a percent of the population is stacking silver and gold, and a fraction of a percent of the population even know that it exists. coins, rounds, and bars for long-term wealth preservation. People don't know about that. They know that their grandfather might have been a coin collector. Maybe they know that, but they don't know that people are stacking silver and gold for long-term wealth preservation. They don't know this. So why on earth would it take some state of emergency for everyone in the world to all of a sudden say, hey, you know what? We're going to start using silver and gold now. Personally, I don't see that happening. I don't think it's going to take some disastrous situation to get people to start stacking silver and gold, or to understand silver and gold, and to understand wealth preservation and store of value. I don't think it's going to work that way. And it kind of brings up the big argument. One of the reasons a lot of people are anti-stacking, the famous quote, "You can't eat the silver and gold," which I've always said, okay, I'm not stacking it to eat it. I'm not looking at that sunshine bar over there and being like, man, that's a nice Hershey bar. Can't wait to take a bite out of it. Like, that's not why I'm stacking the silver and the gold. You know, I got myself a new car a couple years ago. Or you can't eat the car. Like you know, nobody makes that argument when it comes to anything else in the world. You can't eat the silver and the gold. Yeah, I know. None of us are stacking it to eat it. But you do need to prepare yourself in ways outside of financial preparation. So I do have 5 items here in front of me. Actually, I have 6. I have 5 for SEO purposes, and then a bonus 1 because I actually did want to talk about 6 items. So the first one I wanted to talk about are compressed paper towels, compressed toilet paper tablets. This pack right here, it's a 500 pack, and this is actually pretty cool. And I'm going to run through all of these pretty quickly. I'm not going to like deep dive and do full in-depth reviews of every single one of these products. If you want to know more information about all these products, I will leave a link in the description to all of them. So you can click it, click the link. You can read the product descriptions. You can read the hundreds or thousands of reviews that these products receive on Amazon. A bunch of Amazon affiliate links. But the first one is these compressed toilet paper tablets or compressed paper towels. Like these are like little capsules, like little teeny tiny, I don't want to say the size of a pill. It's bigger than the size of a pill, but it's like the size of a bottle cap. And if you use a little spray bottle or if you dunk it in water, it actually completely unravels into like this, I believe it's like a 10 by 10 inch square paper towel. And it's not a flimsy paper towel either. I mean, it'll be a wet paper towel, but if you like tug it in 2 different directions, it's not going to rip. I mean, unless you aggressively yank on it, sure, it's going to rip, but it's pretty tough. And you can use it for sanitation purposes. You can actually use it full body. You can use it for a variety of different things. And it's really convenient. You get a whole pack, 500 of them. The whole pack is like, you can fit it inside of a backpack. And inside the pack come 4 carry cases, each of which hold approximately 10 of these compressed paper towels. So you could just toss one of those in the go bag, the bug out bag, keep one in the car, keep one somewhere else, whatever the case may be. This pack of compressed paper towels can be an absolute lifesaver. And not for nothing, it doesn't have to just sit there forever waiting for an emergency. This is something you can take with you on your average weekend camping trip, and it'll come in handy. Link in the description if this is something that you're interested in. The next one I want to talk about would be a food dehydrator. This is something that I got myself, I believe it was like 2018, maybe 2019. I got this thing several years ago, and it's really come in handy. And it has saved me a lot of money. And sure, it's not the same as a food, like complete and total, like a freeze dryer. Like that's hundreds or potentially thousands and thousands of dollars, which removes 99% of the moisture from the food. A dehydrator removes about 95% of the moisture from the food. So not as good as 99% of moisture, but still more than enough. And it doesn't deplete fruits and vegetables and whatnot from like the nutrients, like only like it takes 95% of the moisture out of the fruits and vegetables, but only about 5% of the nutrients. So the nutrients are still there. And this is something that I got myself mainly because I was tired of throwing away fruits and vegetables. I hate when I can't get to them in time. I eat them throughout the week, and of course, by the end of the week, some of them aren't looking so good anymore. I hate that. So what I did instead was I got myself this food dehydrator, and whether it be apples, bananas, strawberries, whatever, chop them up, throw them in the food dehydrator, dry them out, throw them in jars or bags, and guess what? If stored properly, these things can last you as close to forever as possible. And if you dehydrate fruits and vegetables, just a small batch every week or every couple of weeks, and you store them away, guess what? By the time a year or two or 3 or 4 go by, you're going to have yourself a nice supply of dehydrated fruits and vegetables. And in the event of an emergency, guess who has the opportunity to dip into weeks or months worth of dehydrated fruits and vegetables? If you're interested in the one that I use, the Nesco, the link will be in the description. Number 3. This is probably the most important one, or at least the most practical one for me and something that I use on a day-to-day basis. A Jackery portable power station. Now I have the Explorer 500, and I also have a smaller one. I want to say it's the 240, but the one that I'm showing is the main one that I use. It's a 500 watt portable power station. You can plug your phone charger into it. You can plug your laptop charger into it. You can plug a variety of things into it. It has, a variety of different ports, a variety of different type of ports. And I actually did a test run on my grandfather's CPAP machine for his sleep apnea, and he was able to make it a full night. And this thing didn't even have a dead battery. So again, it's a 500 watt portable power station. They make other sizes as well. I know they have the 1000. I believe they have a 1500. They have a smaller one, the 240. I believe they even have a smaller one than that. And they came out with a couple of new ones in recent years, but this is one that I got myself, I believe also in I think I got this one in 2020. And I got the smaller one maybe 2021, 2022. Either way, these are super convenient. I keep the smaller one in the car with me, and I keep the bigger one at home. And I always keep the bigger one on as close to a full charge as possible, because I know it's something that I'm going to be using in the event of a power out. In the event that I can't plug my phone into the wall, I could use this thing. In the event that I can't plug a fan into the wall, I can use this thing. If I need to plug in a light, I can use this thing. And what's cool about it is, even though it's, I don't want to say it's big and bulky because it's a lot smaller than like a full-on generator, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. So not that this is the most convenient thing about it, or the convenient feature, but it has a flashlight. The handle, you can carry it around with you, hit that flashlight, and in theory, you could use it as a flashlight. I wouldn't recommend it because the thing weighs like 10, 15 pounds or whatever it does, but it lasts a really long time. 500 watts, and if you're just going to plug your phone into it, or a small light, or a lamp, or a small fan into it, or something like that, this thing will last. And not only will it last, it can last days or even weeks. I mean, I've charged this thing probably 10 times since I bought it. Granted, I don't use it aggressively all the time, but the battery does not quickly deplete, at least for me. And again, similar to the other products that I shared and the ones that I'm going to be sharing, not only is it a good prepping supply, it's a good camping supply as well. Gonna go camping? Take the Jackery with you. Gonna go camping? Dehydrate some fruits and vegetables and take those with you. Gonna go camping? Take the compressed paper towels with you. These are everyday products that you could use at home while camping, and they're better to have and not need than to need and not have during a full-blown state of emergency situation. Prepare yourselves in ways outside of just simple financial preparation. Next on the list would have to be the Solo Stove, portable camping stove, and fire pit. This is something that I got myself once again in 2020. I got myself a lot of prepping supplies in 2020. I got a lot of prepping supplies in 2019, 18, and 17 as well. I've been prepping for quite a while. And this one in particular is something that I got not really for prepping purposes. It was more of just, a fall evening or a fall night activity. If my cousin comes over, if I have friends over, if I'm going somewhere. I mean, first of all, this thing is about the size of a paint can. And similar to the Jackery, they make different sizes. You can get bigger ones, you can get smaller ones, you can get one that's so small, like really its sole purpose is to put a coffee mug on top of and just, boil a cup of water, basically. They make bigger ones as well, full-blown fire pits. The one that I got is kind of like the happy medium. Again, it's about the size of a paint can. And I got it mainly to use as an emergency camping stove in the event that, you lose power, or if I'm in a bug out situation, or if I'm just simply going camping. But the primary use for this is just a little fire pit. Stay warm when it's cold outside, and if I happen to be outside. And my favorite thing about it is the fact that it is fueled by nature. You don't have to buy anything for this. This is something that you take the little lid off, you shove a bunch of twigs, branches, dried leaves, you can throw some paper in there, and that's it. It has holes at the top and it has holes at the bottom for like cross ventilation, and actually it burns so quickly and it burns so hot, and it's borderline smokeless. You're not going to get smoke in your eyes. It's not going to be all. It's not going to be like a regular fire. This is like essentially smokeless fire, because of that ventilation system that it has going on. So this thing has been incredible. And speaking of which, I have not touched this thing since last year. And now that we're talking about it, might be time for a fire pit soon. Next on the list, number 5, would have to be, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with this. This is a very, very popular product. The Life Straw. This right here is a personal water purifier if you're going camping, if you're going hiking, if you're going to hang out at the lake, and more importantly, in the event of an emergency. If you do not have access to clean drinking water. This thing is actually really cool. It's something that you could you pop the top off, you dunk it in water, you drink through it like you would a straw. As the water travels through the unit, it cleans, filters, and purifies its way before entering your mouth. It cleans the water as it moves its way through the straw. And you can go and get yourself a bucket of water, put the straw in, use it like that. You can just kind of crouch down and just drink straight out of the river if that's what you wanted to do. This thing is actually really cool, and hundreds of thousands of people use the Life Straw. And the Life Straw is, of all the product recommendations that I've gotten over the years, this is probably the number one. And you can just toss it in a go bag, a bug out bag. You can toss it in your car. It's something that you can take with you anywhere. It weighs close to nothing, and it's super convenient, and it's recommended by so many people. And like I said, out of all the products that I've been recommended over the years, this is probably the most common one that people have mentioned to me. And people were pushing this thing on me for years before I actually got one, because I didn't really need a portable purifying straw, because I still have a water purification unit in my house. So every time, you know, it runs dry, I fill the thing up with tap water and it filters through, and then I have clean drinking water. It's kind of big and bulky. It's portable, but not as portable as something that you can stick in your pocket or your backpack or something like that, especially if you just want to go hiking or camping. Even if it's just a day trip or a weekend camping trip or whatever the case may be, LifeStraw can be an absolute lifesaver. Link in the description. So those were the 5 products that I wanted to talk about, and I said 5 for SEO purposes, but we're going to be talking about 6. So here's a bonus. Next on the list, last on the list, is the emergency hand crank radio that I've been talking about for years. I got this thing back in 2019, maybe 2020, and as small as this little thing is, it's actually really cool. Number one, you can charge it a couple of different ways. It comes with a charger, so you can just plug it in and charge it that way, or you can use the hand crank it up yourself to give it a full charge, or you can utilize the little solar panel that it has on top. Just set it outside and walk away, and guess what? The sun will do the trick for you. It'll charge up that way. So if you're camping and you don't have access to electricity and can't plug it in, just let it sit there on a picnic table. Let it sit there on the roof of your car or whatever the case may be, or just put it out there in the sun. It will charge up. In addition to that, it doubles as a flashlight, and you can not only play music with it, but it's an emergency weather radio. You can use this thing, you can listen to this thing for emergency updates. If you are in a bug out situation, if you are camping, or if you're just hanging out at home. This thing is really cool. And not for nothing, but you can plug your phone into this thing as well. So it's kind of like a pocket-sized phone charger as well. I personally wouldn't use it for that, but you can. Just putting that out there. So if you're interested in this product or any of the other products that I listed in this video, all of the Amazon affiliate links will be in the description. Go check them out. Read a little bit more about them. Don't just take my word for it. Click the links. Read the product descriptions for yourself. Read other people's reviews. Thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people use these products, recommend these products, and have reviewed these products. And they're good. Now, before ending this video, let me spin this thing back around and say one last thing about silver and gold. So, when it comes to the precious metals, obviously they are not going to clean the drinking water for you. Well, some could say that, you know, medical grade silver, but that we're not even going to go there. They're not going to dehydrate fruits and vegetables for you. They are not going to power up your devices or turn a light on for you. They are not going to be a backup source of power. Like the silver and gold, many of us are stacking them. Number one, because we enjoy the coins, rounds, and bars. But more importantly, long term, it's just simply to hedge against inflation. That's all we're using it for, and to be honest, that's all we really should be using it for. You shouldn't be putting absolutely everything into the silver and the gold if you are weak on other prepping areas. Silver and gold is one of the many facets. You need to have a multifaceted preparation system for yourself. You need to have water covered, you need to have food covered, you need to have power covered, and obviously you're going to want to have finance covered as well. Silver and gold only covers one of those bases, the financial side of things. You want to protect yourself in a variety of different ways because the next big emergency might not be a financial emergency. Might be another type of emergency. And yeah, you might be sitting pretty on a pile of silver and gold, a mountain of precious metals, but guess what? If you don't have access to clean drinking water, if you don't have food prepped for yourself, if you don't have a way to turn any lights on, if you don't have a way to cook, if you don't have a way to do a lot of these other things, what's the point? Silver and gold is one of many ways you need to be prepping. So look at it from that angle. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Do you have any of the products that I recommended in this video? For the record, I personally own every single item that I reviewed or quickly went over in this video. All 6 items are 6 items that I have in my home and use. Maybe not on a daily basis, maybe not weekly, maybe not even monthly, but I do use them. And in the event of an emergency, they would be my automatic go-to. So do you have any of the 6 that I recommended? If so, which ones? If not, do you plan on getting any of them? Links will be in the description. But let me know in the comments. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for bonus videos. Follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. And of course, 4 super quick things as we wrap up the video. Number 1, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, if you haven't already, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to get started, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to navigate on the app and learn about the market. And I do plan on taking 3 people this month in May of 2025. I want to help 3 people learn about the market and help them and guide them through kickstarting their very own investment portfolio. So if you want to be one of those 3, please reach out. And the Webull link will be in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, whether it be anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on, any and all stacking supplies and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know one more time. What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? Of the 6 items that I recommended, or the 5 items that I recommended for SEO purposes, plus a bonus. Which was your favorite? Do you have any of the 6 or anything similar? Head on down in the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you have any of the ones that I mentioned, which ones do you have? If you don't have any of them, do you plan on getting any of them? If so, the link will be in the description, but I want you guys to let me know your thoughts about general preparation in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.